Welcome, good evening. It's EuroCup action. Regular season round 2, Group C action, no less. And we are in Belgrade at the Alexander Nikolic Hall, home this evening to the mighty Partizan Belgrade. A much storied club. EuroLeague champions way back in the 90s. Fixture of EuroLeague throughout the first decade of this millennium, and looking to reach heights. You see the much storied war titles they've won historically. Partizan Belgrade, undoubtedly the youngest roster in the EuroCup, and some of the wackiest hairdos you'll see as well. Youth at their core, relaxed. But some of this youth are almost veterans now. Man in particular, Vanja Marinkovic, 21 years old, a 5th-year professional with Partizan. And their visitors tonight, Zenit St Petersburg. What a power roster this team has. Coach Nenad Kanak of Partizan said this team is built to qualify through the EuroLeague, through the EuroCup. Reached the quarterfinal playoffs last season. We'll be looking to eclipse that this year. A loaded and deep roster. And a chance for this lowly commentator to get his first proper glimpse at a player who's been tipped early on as a potential most valuable player. Point guard Brandon Jennings. Here we are inside the always rowdy Alexander Nikolic Hall. Home, of course, to not only Partizan Belgrade, but Crvena Zvezda. What an atmosphere when those two clash. She won't be disappointed with the noise already. The fans singing tonight. For them, their beloved Partizan. Almost a religious fervor. The love of this club. Head coach Nenad Kanak, 44 years young, very severe look on his face. He's relaxed. He's made it very clear his team would be considered an underdog this evening, and they'll do their best. Zenit, as we said already, always one of the pre-season favourites for the EuroCup. Started off the season with a win at home last week over Trento of Italy, which the coach himself, Karasev, said they played a near perfect first half. So they come in here confident but respectful. Partizan had a disappointing first year back in the EuroCup last season, winning only one game. This team is so young, most of them are back. And they're ready to take a step forward. You see Rade, Zagorac, season pickup for them. He spent a time in the NBA, played in Spain last season with Betis Seville. And interestingly, although this Partizan team is very young, full of energy, they will be looking to slow things down tonight, because the Zenit side are loaded for action. Fast break basketball is their thing. And that rather special welcome there is a homecoming of sorts for Zenit St Petersburg, number 19, Marko Simonovic. Of course, he spent the last 4 seasons playing for Crvena Zvezda. 91 points in round 1. Partizan gave up 82 in Italy against Trento. So they'll be looking to slow down the juggernaut that comes from Russia. A lot of balance on this Partizan team. They shoot the ball extremely well. 3-point threats all over the court, with the exception, perhaps, the lone American. It's number 34, Jock Landale. Even he's young. The rookie's first year out of the NCAA college system in the USA, where he played at St. Mary's College, the Gales. Handshakes. The last outward symbol of friendship between these teams. Coach for Siminovic. Such a big deal, him coming back home to visit the jersey of St. Petersburg. Interestingly, when he went to St. Petersburg, their pre-season camp was in his hometown of Versace. So he's never too far away from home. And for Partizan, high expectations for the Serb forward, Rade Zagorac, 23 years of age. Forward position, playing the 3-4. You see the roster of the visitors there. New pickup today from Israel, combo guard Gal Mikal, adding experience in what they call nowadays basketball IQ in the backcourt. Partizan, as we said, this team is built on youth. Sole veteran Captain Ivica Velikovic, 32 years of age. Banja Sy, the French power forward, 28 after that. No player over 25, 18, 21, 23. They're developing these youngsters for the future, either to take the club back to its former heights, expected by their beloved fans, or perhaps to fill the coffers of the club as they sell them on to greater glories. Partizan, as we say, come into this game 0-1, having lost the opening round on the road against Dolomita Energia Trento. St. Petersburg, fantastic performance in round 1 at home over Turk Telekom Ankara, who's a solid team. But in the first half, they were just blown away, and then from then on, St. Petersburg cruised. Final comments from the coaches to their teams. Starting fives shortly to be named, and they'll be stepping out on the floor for Group C action. Round 2 of the 7 days EuroCup. Coach Vasily Karasev retained as head coach, despite some would say underperforming last season, losing out to Reggio Emilia in the best-of-3 semi-finals. This is a club that has high hopes, high expectations. The obstacle in the way this evening. Partizan Belgrade. starters out on the floor for both teams. No Brandon Jennings this evening for Zenit St Petersburg. Flirts with a triple-double in round one. Not playing tonight. Starting position taken by number 9, the Israeli guard, who only announced his acquisition today, in fact. Gal Mikal will start at the point position. Fans in full voice. We're ready to get underway. Starting five for Partizan. Marcus Page, the American guard. Vanja Marinkovic. Marco Pekarski. Rade, Zagorac. The giant American Jock, Landale. Zenit St Petersburg. They go with the backcourt. You got Jalen Reynolds, big man who had excellent rebounds numbers round one. Gal Mikal, Vlad Trushkin, Marko Simonovic starts on his first return to the Alexander Nikolic, and Canadian guard Philip Scrub, number 23, rounds out the lineup. We're almost ready to go. Officials, head umpire chief from Spain, Perez. We're underway, and we've got a backcourt violation. What a messy jump ball there, and of course the fans, anytime Marko Simonovic does anything remotely bad, the fans will be on his back. They'll boo him if he scores, they'll boo him if he misses, and that won't stop throughout the night. So first meaningful offense of the game will go to Partizan, and the ball is in the hands of number 9, that's Vanja Marinkovic. Misses the reverse layup. Jock Landale challenging on the backboards. Shot clearly didn't touch the rim. They have not reset the shot clock, so 7 on the shot clock for Partizan here. Get the inbounds. Marinkovic again, this time from mid-range, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. A very simple out-of-bounds play there, and guard Philip Scrub challenging, overly aggressive, committing the foul, and he'll send, as I say, 21 years old, the veteran guard Vanja Marinkovic to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Led scorers for Partizan in round one, 19 points, 4 of 8 from downtown. Plenty of guns on this team. He makes both free throws to get the scoring underway. The 30-year-old Gal Mikal walks it up for St. Petersburg, their first attack, and they go down low to Trushkin. Working hard in the post, steps through, he lines, oh, great jump hook. Vladislav Trushkin keeping his composure there. Making the jump hook over Marco Pekarski. Down screen there. Brings Marinkovic again, who scoops underneath Jalen Reynolds. Simonovic slow to pick up a loose ball, steps out of bounds. It will remain a Partizan basketball with a new 14-second shot clock. Down screen from Marcus Page, the American guard, dances into the lane, flips under, misses the layup. Rebound Reynolds. And in transition, Scrub gets it back from Simonovic, winds up off the pump fake, drains the three. Philip Scrub. No scrub in his game there as he hits from downtown. An early 3-point lead for the visitors from St. Petersburg. Page off the screen from Landale. Landale rolls. Marinkovic in again, tries to wrap it round Reynolds to get it to Landale. Goes out of bounds off the American big. So there he knocks the ball loose. Partizan ball, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Page works his way up, pops the jumper, rims out, rebound, scrub. And Mikel walks it up the court again. Takes the high screen from Reynolds, who rolls. Mikel attacks, aggressive, makes the layup. Just coming up on 2 minutes gone in the game. The fans on their feet, urging their side on as they drop to a 7-2 deficit, 5-point lead for the visitors. Page skips out wide. That one could get stolen. And Scrub knocks it loose. Trushkin in transition. Simonovic from deep. His three's no good. Big rebound by Landale, but Trushkin gets his hands in there. Pesky on the boards. Causes the jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of Partizan. Landale snatched the rebound down aggressively to begin with, but left it available for the Russian to get it loose. And Landale, the only player not a three-point threat on the floor. Hands off to Marinkovic, who drives again. He wants to foul. Instead, he gets out of bounds. Page inbounds Landale. And work it round the horns. Page comes off the down screen, comes off firing, left-handed three. That's no good. Rebound, Trushkin. Scoreboard in favor of St. Petersburg so far in this game, and certainly the energy level is. As Reynolds attacks the rim, he's fouled in the way to the basket, and the score is good. Well, in his first game at the point guard for St. Petersburg, Gal Mikel's get a good understanding with Jalen Reynolds, the big man rolling. Fouled as he gathers the ball in by Rade Zagorac. Makes the layup, and he'll have a free throw to come after this timeout. While Coach Kanak will accept his team of the underdogs, he will not accept a very flat performance, particularly on the offensive end. 0 for 5 from the field, just 2 points at the free throw line for the home side so far. He came out really well in round 1 against Trento, up by as many as 12 points in the first half. Ran out a bit of steam in the second half. Well, if they have that same format, they're in trouble here, because already the trail by 7, make it 8 as Jalen Reynolds converts the three-point opportunity. Partizan 2, Zenit St Petersburg 10. 3 minutes gone here at the Alexander Nikolic. Marinkovic finds Landale. Extended jump shot for the big man. Nice stroke on that play. First field goal for the home side. Marinkovic, you get the feeling, is probably better off trying to get his teammates involved before trying to go to the full scoring action, as Reynolds misses the reverse layup. Another rebound for Landale. Sets the high screen for Page, who drives. Bounce pass. Marinkovic, reverse layup. That's a better move. Simple execution there, high screen and roll. Landale dives, sucks the defense in, and then a steal. Should get some highlights here, and Pekarski, no, sorry, it's Zagorac with his first touch on offense, gets the slam dunk. Coach Karasev said, we'll stop that momentum. Let's have the dunk. Let's have a timeout. Mikal with a little bit too fancy behind the back pass. See there immediately, Coach Karasev. Will not cannot accept that kind of sloppiness. It was looking all so easy for them in the first couple of minutes, but as he said, it's the first quarter. The game has barely begun, so from a 10-2 lead, inside 40 seconds, it's now only 2-point lead. Partizan have 8, St Petersburg have 10 as we come out of the timeout. The replayers, Marinkovic slashes back door, found by Marcus Page. American guy getting his first assist of the evening. So we're at the timeout. Full court pressure shown by the home side. But it's only a token. Man-to-man, traditional, old-fashioned ways. Mikhail calls the offense. Down cut, Trushkin trying to post up Puskarsky. Scrub now, works around the horns. The switch there's a mismatch down low. Reynolds against Page. Mikhail finds him, and Reynolds finishes. Good, efficient basketball there by St Petersburg. Taking advantage of the switch. Marinkovic now. Can Partizan respond? Page picks up his dribble. Marinkovic, 4 on the clock. Landale, same spot, opposite side, same result. The long deuce for the 2'11" Australian big man. Mikhail trying to find his favorite partner of the night, and indeed he does. Excellent pass from Mikhail to Reynolds, who gives us the dunk action. Midway to the first quarter, Marcus Page, left-handed dribble, finds Marinkovic. Landale from deep, maybe a step outside his range there. A three-point range will come in time, big man. And his eagerness to make up for the poor shot selection, he commits the foul at the other end. First foul by Landale. Marinkovic takes a seat, replaced by Alexei Nikolic, Slovenian guard who's joined Partizan this season after 3 years in Bamberg, bringing his EuroLeague action experience to this young group. Landale sits down after picking up a cheap second foul. Scrub kicks out of the corner. Marcus Simonovic misses the three. Reynolds with the rebound though. One-on-one against Gagic. Mikhail drives, attacks. Got Trushkin in the corner. He's got buckets. Oh, Vladislav Trushkin. What a start to the game he's had. Only 5 points. 5 points, couple of rebounds, and a real pest. A thorn in the side of Partizan so far as they lead by 7 again. Marcus Page is tripped by Gal Mikhail. The Israeli point guard takes a seat after starting the game. He's earned his first rest, replaced by Yevgeny Voronov. That thigh-on-thigh action. Second team foul for St Petersburg. Puskarsky hands off. Zagorac flings it. They try to crash the board. Offensive rebound. Puskarsky, nice soft touch and the bucket. You see why Coach Vasily Karasev was so frustrated with his team. They were looking so good. They relaxed, and suddenly this Partizan team has got confidence. They still trail by 5. Page commits the foul. The fans are still in this game. There you see, it's what I call a foot foul there. Page didn't move his feet, committed the foul. fourth team foul by the home side. Philip Scrub now from 3 from St Petersburg and gives them 3 more. That's his second of the night from downtown. The lead back out to 8. Nikolic. Balls from the screen from the big man, Djordje Gagic. Gagic doesn't have the Landale's range, and that's a big screen. Called illegal by the official. Well, for a man who plied his trade in his time in that position, I feel a little bit for Gagic there. Problem is not so much that he set that screen, but he was looking over his shoulders. He was looking for the defender. St Petersburg. A lot of screens going on down there, and there's an illegal one set off the ball, this time by... So they've given that to Trushkin. Where's it? Voronov, hard to tell. But that's the third team foul. Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Partizan 12, Zenit St Petersburg 20. We've got a foul underneath. By Yatnikov of St Petersburg. Karasev going deep in his bench here in the first quarter. Gagic backs down against the Russian big man, and he's a strong finish. Gagic opening his scoring account. Steps into 6. We focus on defense here by Partizan. 20 points, a lot to give up in the first quarter. Voronov, his runner, rims out, rebound. Partizan, and in the corner. Marinkovic had the shot blocked by the hustling Yevgeny Valiev. Baseline out of bounds, 13 on the shot clock. Alexander Nikolic will take it out of bounds for the hosts. Fans, the drums continue throughout this first period, even though the side are trailing. This game has certainly got some twists and turns and scope. Let's go either way right now. Banja Sy, French power forward, gets the ball back door. Steps in, attacks the basket. Oh, and he's challenged at the rim by Yatnikov. Trushkin frustrated because he went for the pump fake. And he was trying to make the highlight. Yatnikov said, "Nuh-uh, not tonight. Go on him at the free throw line." Banja Sy makes the first free throw. 28-year-old Frenchman. One to come. Makes that. Partizan a perfect 4 from 4 at the free throw line. The man who scored the first free throws of the game re-enters the game, Vanja Marinkovic. He comes in for Zagorac. Side trailing by 4. Obviously haven't turned the air conditioner on. The heat is going on in here as the shirts come off. 16 points to Partizan, 20 to St Petersburg. Under 2 minutes in the first quarter. Yevgeny Voronov tries to back his way into the lane. Won't be able to do that against Banja Sy. So he tries to take him one-on-one, attacks, fumbles it, and that's off his foot, and that's great defense. Great help defense. Sy to come down and make the switch, and Marinkovic to not give up the low post position, forcing the turnover out there. And the crowd are in full voice now. And there's a foul. Voronov goes from turnover at one end, foul at the other. Free throws to come here for Marinkovic. Chance to get his side within 2 points. We always say with young players, young teams, you're going to beat them. It's like trying to get control of a puppy. You got to speed it down early. They grow in confidence with this rapturous crowd in place. This will be a difficult ask for St Petersburg. A C keeps it alive. Uthoff finally gets the rebound. Well, there's no easy road wins in the EuroCup. Not anymore. These teams way too competitive for that. As a mislayup by Voronov. Valiev with the offensive rebound. He's fouled on the stick back. So the help defense comes over. Voronov aggressive at the basket. All the help comes as a mismatch out weak side. And Nikolic commits the foul. We got 2 more free throws. We're in round 2 of the group stage. The group stage where there's 6 teams in each group. They play each other round robin. 10 games on a league basis. Top 4 will go through to the final 16. The recipe for success here in this first group stage: win your home games. Steal one on the road and you'll be good. St Petersburg have got the home win. Now trying to steal one on the road against Partizan. Too early to say it's a must-win for the hosts, but it's important to have a good showing against the team that's probably the favoured in this group. With a fine finish by Nikolic. Known for his scoring, but that was an excellent finish as Mikal blows past him, and Simonovic with his first score. The veteran forward, one of the foul, just gets the 2 points. Oh, beautiful backdoor cut. Excellent patch by Djordje Gagic. And we're within a point. Probably the final shot of the opening period here. Ball in the hands of Mikal for St Petersburg. One-on-one with Gagic. Got to be able to get around him. Can he get the shot off? Misses the layup. Rebound. Ends up in the hands of Banja Sy. See the beautiful backdoor pass. Excellent bounce pass driven into the hands of Marinkovic. So after the first quarter of action here in Belgrade, Partizan 21, Zenit St Petersburg 22. Well, the stats roll up, and you've got to respect the commitment to the game plan for Belgrade. 0 of 2 from three-point line. They've been pounding the paint. 8 of 13 inside the lane. St Petersburg balanced scoring over the floor. 6 of 11 inside the lane. 3 of 5 from downtown. As the highlights roll, you'll see that game of surges we had. St Petersburg off to a fine start, led by as many as 8 early on, by 10 points to 2. Just eased up and let the kids get back into it. They are oozing confidence now. Sloppy pass from debutant Mikal, led to the throwdown by Zagorac. From then on, it's been pretty even. St Petersburg did get their lead back out to 8, 20 to 12. But since then, it's been a 9-2 run by the hosts. They're within a point as we start the second quarter. Partizan 21. Zenit St Petersburg 22. First game underway here in round 2 of the 7 days EuroCup action. 3 games on the slate tonight. Malaga later on will host Freeport Skyliners of Frankfurt. Asvel about to get underway at home to Dolomiti Energia Trento. 3 games tonight, 9 games tomorrow. Interestingly, in the first round of EuroCup action, 9 home teams were successful. 3 teams won on the road. What you would expect at this early stage of the season. No massive shocks in the first round. Teams still filling themselves out. It's a fascinating format, the 7 days EuroCup, because yes, we have 2 group round robin situations. It's a 10-game group in the first stage. Teams, you could argue, can afford to drop 1 or 2 early on, and in fact, you know, can win a couple early and then have it go to pieces, which is what happened to Partizan last year. No margin for error in the second stage, and then we go best of 3 quarterfinals, semi-finals, and final before the 7 days EuroCup champion is crowned and rewarded with a place in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague. As Djordje Gagic, well, I said he didn't have the same rage as Landale. He told me, shut up, Henlon. Drains from the extended free throw line. A foul in the backcourt there. Alexander Nikolic, a little bit too aggressive with Gal Mikel. Replaced by Marcus Page. He'll match up against the veteran Israeli guard. Mikel just drives straight at him, straight to the bucket, misses the layup, rebound. The Frenchman kicks out wide on the wing. Marinkovic drills the 3, and it's the first lead of the night for the hosts. Vanja Marinkovic, we said leave him open at your peril. 4 of 8 in round 1. From the 3-point line, he drills his first one. Partizan in front, 26-24. And the drums continue to roll. Reynolds sets the screen for Mikel, gets a switch. He's going to try and post up against Page, gets him down there. Spins, drops the sweet baby hook. Jalen Reynolds and Gal Mikel, a very effective partnership here in this game thus far. At the other end, the turnover. Turnover's a big problem for Partizan. In round 1, 18 times they threw the ball away in Italy. 3 so far tonight. So vast improvement already. As the game is tied up. Mikel flips it to Reynolds. Kicks it back out. Uthoff strokes the 3. Number 21, the American Jarrod Uthoff, showing just what he was signed up for. That was a tough-nosed, aggressive, athletic forward, but he can shoot. He's got range. Page, step-back jumper, rims out, rebound Uthoff. He cuts down low, which leaves Reynolds open at the free throw line. And that is almost like a foul shot. Not even contested, or barely contested, by Djordje Gagic. The lead back out to 5. You can see that this St Petersburg team has the weapons, the firepower to blow this open. So, of course, Partizan needs to make shots, but they've got to make that defensive effort. Has to sustain for 40 minutes if they're going to have any chance of taking care of this team. And that was not what you call sustained defensive effort. Jarrod Uthoff, wide open. Makes his second three in a row. They work it round the horns, and there he is in the corner, checking his nails. No need for a manicure, so he strokes a three instead. We've got a timeout by Partizan. Well, it's the third time that Zenit had an 8-point lead in this game. Really does take it out of you as the team coming from behind, they keep plugging away and coming back. And they've had their nose in front just for a few moments. They need to get that back, that energy. There, in fact, was the bucket that gave them the lead, and since then Jarrod Uthoff managed to find himself open, put 6 quick points up. So off timeout by Partizan. Marinkovic inbounds the ball to Marcus Page. Down screen. Get Marinkovic, he wants the foul off that. Ball's fumbled around, goes out of bounds. Gagic trying to keep it alive in his first touch of the ball, but instead it goes out of bounds. It's back to St Petersburg, lead by 8, 26-34. Voronov now. Mikhail tries to bully ball tactics against Page, but defensive help comes over. Got to go back outside. Shakes, works it open. Nice move, nice finish. Mikhail. Excellent finish there over Marcus Page, who maybe he's a little bit fatigued. Oh, beautiful pass though. Screen and roll. Page patient. Waits for Gagic, gets the bucket, pump fakes, dumps underneath. Partizan 28, Zenit 36, looking to open up a first double-digit lead of the night. Mikhail goes between his legs, and the attempted dunk by Reynolds, showing his superior athleticism, but he's fouled on his way to the basket. Crowd showing, camera showing Zagorac, but it's actually Vanja Marinkovic who commits the foul. So Reynolds will go and shoot 2 free throws. Already 1 of 1 tonight. Reynolds rims out. First free throw attempt. Reynolds had 14 points, along with 5 rebounds in round 1. So far he's moves on to 11 points personally, leads all scorers at his side, leads by 8. Marinkovic misses another jump shot. He's obviously got the ability to create his own shot, but the defense is ready for him. When he scores, it's when the offense creates it for him, as Reynolds tries to get a little bit too pretty on his way to the basket. Page works his way through. Zagorac now. Shown sparks of his brilliance, but not been what we hoped from him so far, as Gagic attacks the basket. He's fouled by Jalen Reynolds. Just the first foul of the second period by St Petersburg. A little over 5 minutes left before half-time. takes a seat. Valiev comes back into the game as for St Petersburg, as does Jock Landale. Inbounds, which misses. Great hustle underneath. Gagic hustling his way to the offensive rebound. He's fouled on the stick back by Jarrod Uthoff, and he will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. St Petersburg are 1 of 5 at the free throw line. Partizan 5 of 6. Wow. Did somebody hear him call that off the backboard? We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Still counts the point no matter what it hits, as long as it ends at the bottom of the net. Maybe there is judgment from the basketball gods as the second one rims out. Still a 7-point lead for the visitors. 36-29 in favor of St Petersburg. Philip Scrub already got 2 threes. Back in the game, attacks, dances, gets the wide open 3 by Panin. He misses, rebound and fumbles, and Jarrod Uthoff. Well, if nothing else, this young man has got an eye for the basket. 3 of 3 onto the court, 8 points personal. Zagorac. Not even looking, Landale not even looking to post up. So Zagorac goes on his own, but he slips, fumbles it. Ball's loose on the floor, they'll be tied up. Possession arrow, I believe, will be in favor of St. Petersburg. See there, great pump fake by Zagorac, but he slips on the wet spot. And then everybody gets in on the act. Has actually remained in. Still showing 0.4 seconds on the shot clock, so it must be just a catch and shoot opportunity. And completion for Partizan. Beautiful pass. Gagic, he's had an impact since he's come off the bench in his 2 minutes. Beautiful lob. Jock Landale finishes round the rim. Oh, a nice up and under by Valiev, but it doesn't touch anything but Marcus Page's hands, who goes the other way, and he makes the left-handed floater. Partizan within 5 now. Trushkin, Valiev. Uthoff is open again, but there's a whistle off the ball. And the foul is called on the number 9 of Partizan, that's Vanja Marinkovic. Somewhat fortuitous foul, because as Marinkovic commits it, you see him grab a hold of Valiev. Wish that hadn't gone, then Jarrod Uthoff would have had another 3-pointer. Got to zone in on that young 21, number 20, the American, 21 for St Petersburg. Marcus Rimanovic attacks, fumbles it, but he gets the friendly roll. The layup drops for the veteran. 40-33 in favor of St Petersburg, coming up on 3 minutes left in the first half. Pretty free-flowing scoring numbers by both sides. Page swings it. Gagic, he fumbles on the sponsor's circle, and we got an unsportsmanlike foul. Page guilty of, well, not making a basketball play. Wasn't trying to play the ball at all in the eyes of the official. So it'll be free throws and possession for the visitors. Question the wisdom of that foul. Quick review confirms that it will be an unsportsmanlike call. Page discussing with the referee, but not only does he give up points, opportunity, and free throws, scrub and possession. So potentially a 5-point play here. He picks up a foul, and Page, an important player. He's one of the few that's created buckets for his teammates tonight. See there, that hand over the shoulder. Not making any play on the basketball. That's why the officials called the unsportsmanlike. Biggest lead of the night, 9 points. Simonovic dribbles off his foot. Out of bounds, turnover. Ball will go back to Partizan. Well, damage limitation there as they get the ball back. Trailing by 9. Marinkovic trying to get the ball to Zagorac. Can't do it, so you have to go one-on-one. Pulls up from 3, misses it. Rebound. Jock Landale. Good hustle by the Aussie big. As we dive for the cup, and Marinkovic fumbles it. Another turnover. Scrub winds it round. Extra pass. Marko Simonovic. Whoa! I'll let the crowds roar. Tell you what happened with that shot. Air ball by Simonovic. Jock Landale double teamed hard underneath the bucket. There's a whistle on the plane. It is a foul. Looks like it's going to be caught on Trushkin. Good team defense there. Landale got to get it up quick, because here comes the animals. Tough, aggressive defense, but because there's been so little of it played like that down low, almost challenging the referee to make a call. Simonovic comes out of the game, takes some coaching tips from the head coach, Vasily Karasev. But you know he's saying, you just airballed it, right? And that's where I like it, more assertive by Jock Landale. That's the way he has to finish. Landale moves on to 6. The lead for St Petersburg is 7. Under 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Jalen Reynolds attacks. Another double pump. He wants a foul, but a shot as ugly as that doesn't deserve a foul. That one does, though. Fouls on Voronov. Vlad Panin with the foul. Pretty intentional. There's the goal. Actually, yeah, he stuck his hand in and committed a foul, but then the feet got tangled up. Officials are going to review. Doesn't look as bad in slow motion. But if it was left to me, they would never call a foul on anybody, and indeed it remains unsportsmanlike. So as with St Petersburg, unsportsmanlike a little bit earlier, for Partizan, it will be free throws. This time for Rade, Zagorac. And possession, he makes the first. The noise in this stadium from Partizan is phenomenal. And it will go on throughout the game. We're back within 5. Momentum opportunity here with the unsportsmanlike call. Nikolic has the ball. Has the high screen from Landale. He dives. And there's another whistle. It's another foul. Get a little bit of hand bakes at 20 paces. Reynolds getting a little bit feisty. There's the foul, and then that extra slap. Just unnecessary. Next to Nikolic keeps his composure. He'll go to the free throw line, shooting 2. Landale, he gets a rest, protecting him. Don't forget he's playing with 2 fouls. Gagic, who's played excellent basketball so far in the first half. Looks like he'll probably close the second quarter out. As Nikolic makes the first free throw. Partizan 8 of 10 at the foul line tonight. St Petersburg only 3 of 7. Make that 9 of 11. Free throw shooting, keeping the hosts in the game. Voronov re-enters, replacing Vadim Panin. Trushkin inbounds to Mikel. Played quite a workload so far here in the first half. Gal Mikel. Crowd roar there. Passion in favor, support of the defense of the hosts. Mikel works his way around, down low Reynolds, works to the paint. Oh, that's a finish. That's a finish by the American Jalen Reynolds. He's got an unorthodox release. He sort of flips it, puts a lot of spin off it, makes the best use of the backboard he can. Gagic fakes everything, then misses the jump shot. Rebound by the number 18, Yevgeny Voronov. Mikel, reverse layup, pretty finish. Well, Mikel may have only just joined the team, but he's playing with a great deal of comfort. Clearly has kept himself in excellent physical condition to put up this performance. Zagorac tries to dump off to Gagic, but the pass is anticipated, stolen by Reynolds. 5 seconds left. Mikel, can he make something happen? To go in at the half with a positive, and he's rejected by Banja Sy. Good tough defense there on that last play by the hosts. The first half is in the books. The teams go to the changing rooms.
How would you describe first half?
Just want to come out, play our best defense, and stop them in transition and box out.
Thank you.
A few quick words there from Jalen Reynolds, 13 points personal, leading scorer on the night.
Alexei, difficult game. What do you need to improve?
I think we need to improve our defense. They make some open threes on our defensive mistakes. In offense, we are sharing the ball, but we need to also do it a little bit more better. And I think we can turn around this game.
Thank you.
Well, Alexei Nikolic saying defense has to improve for the hosts. They gave up 46 points there. There you see, 39-46 at the half. He said open three-point shots, 5 of 9 for St Petersburg, 1 of 7 for Partizan. Rebounds pretty tight. Both teams taking reasonable care of the basketball. 4 steals for St Petersburg at a couple of crucial times. Say pretty free-flowing, free-scoring game. Partizan would like to see that tighten up in the second half. But here at halftime, it's Partizan 39, Zenit St Petersburg 46. Well, the halftime highlights roll. It's been a fine 20 minutes of action as well here in Belgrade. Balanced performances on both sides. The visitors have always just had the edge, though. 2 8-point leads. And then they got out by as many as 9 in the second quarter. Partizan have stuck to their task and they keep getting back. And they're playing with confidence. Star man of the first half. In this position, undoubtedly the number 2 of St Petersburg, Jalen Reynolds. Fine performance he's put in. Explosive off the bench, Jarrod Uthoff. 8 points, just if he's open, he makes it, and that's Clearly, it's a set shot as well, so he needs time to get it off. It's not as if he's a difficult player to guard. So the breakdown defensively, Nikolic saying the right things as a teammate, and they're sharing the ball well. I would argue they're not. They've got 11 assists, but when they pass the ball, they are a very good team. When they try to create their own shots, this Partizan team struggles. Now, top 10 players of the round.
26 to 15, 8 assists for Rade, and Sutton's on the way. Sutton skying, and Sutton slamming. Poked it away from Carlos Suarez, and the biggest lead of the night.
Baseline, Taylor opens up. They shot Taylor fighting back at him, but it's swatted at the rim. Wolfhard Botterman wants none of that in his house, as he says, no, senor. And seniority, I guess, would be here in Fiat Turin. Pulls up the three on the buzzer, knocks it down. Brandon Jennings ends the third quarter with a triple. Zagorac under pressure from Whitehead. Defense this time from Partizan. Sets a screen and rolls. There he's offshore. The alley-oop is thrown down with consummates a one-handed dunk from upshore. It's back to a one-point game. Upshore has the speed, you think, to attach Rade, but Rade did a great job to deny the ball. Akronov lobs up the alley-oop, and it's jammed in by Javonte Green.
The difference is Sigma over the head. Chapman! And he's turning into a dunk show. And Clint Chapman.
Koenig inside. Oh, the behind the back pass and the throw down. But on ball, well, I'm shooting back in it now. Marinkovic throws it down. Timeout in Amsterdam. What a terrific start to this second quarter.
And it will be Galatasaray with first possession. Here is Webster. Webster drives, misses, but following up. Here's August. So what a great start for the American big.
Game already completed so far in EuroCup so far tonight. That's a beautiful between the legs pass there by Siva. Stop updating you on the score.
Benzius now. Kramer all the way. Sherbadini was not even there for Kramer as he just raises up.
Morrison Djordje throwing it down again. That's his second big dunk. A good rebound from Morgan, barreling his way in, and that's a lovely pass, and Djordje for 23 points now. Fouling his way in, lovely pass, and Djordje does the necessary.
Big throws now.
Oh, wonderful pass! Ball game. Oh, what a block! Thunderous finish on his own. And another big jam. Whoa, he's done it again!
On the board here. That's a buzzer beater, which is an absolute beauty. Like a very well-oiled machine here.
Steal, straight away, St. Rose gives the will between the three tire. Oh, what a block! Full attack!
But what about that? It's exhilaration and exaltation for Nara Sharpen. They're their champions, and they're going back to the Euro.
second half?
On that moment we have very difficult situation. We miss 3 players, main players from the small lineup, and we changed the game. We can't play our game, quick game, with a lot of fast break. And right now we can win this just if we play very good defense.
Thank you. Coach, what did you tell to your players?
We have to control better their transition game. We receive too many points from transition, and we have to be aggressive on their pick and roll offense.
Thank you.
Well, both coaches sharing their thoughts on the first half of action and looking ahead to what we can expect in the next 20 minutes. All to play for here. By no means is this game a foregone conclusion now. St. Petersburg came in heavy favorites, but as Coach Vasily Karasev just alluded to, they've got two of their big key players out, 3 players injured, no Sean Armand, but more importantly, no Sergei Garasev, no Brandon Jennings. 2 players who played the most minutes in round 1. Neither one of them dressed out tonight. Not quite sure what the injury situation is with those boys there. So if ever the upstart Partizan Belgrade were going to have an opportunity to turn over one of the top teams in their group, this would be it. St. Petersburg showing the strength and depth of their squad, though. They lead by 7 at the beginning of the 3rd period. Final comments from the coaches to their teams. Starting 5 for Partizan step out on the floor, where they trail by 7. Partizan Belgrade 39. Zenit St Petersburg 46. 2 quarters of regulation to go. Always time for a selfie. This arena, the official capacity of the Alexander Nikolic is just under 6,000. Just have a feeling that the fire marshals may turn a blind eye when Partizan and Red Star meet up. But no less passion in the stands when the opponents are St. Petersburg, especially when they have amongst their number a player who has spent the last 4 years playing for the hated Red Star. So all things ready, the ticker tape goes up in the stands. Galmakel opens the proceedings here in the 3rd quarter for St. Petersburg. And he starts by keeping himself Jalen Reynolds. Offensive rebound. He really has been the dominant force in the paint so far tonight. And you give a team the quality of St. Petersburg a second chance opportunity, more often than not they will punish you, and indeed they are right now. Opening score to Galmakel. He goes on to 6 points, along with 7 assists. Landale skips it, 1 extra pass. Zagorac, no good, good rebound there. Jarrod Uthoff just holding Banja Sy off with his right arm and just cupping the ball as it comes off the rim with his left. Scrub, high screen from Reynolds. He attacks, throws it behind the backboard. Ball is almost gathered by Reynolds, but knocked loose and off his shoulder. So the ball will be a team rebound to Partizan. Page hands off to Landale. Down screen from Landale to Zagorac, who attacks the rim, kicks it back. Landale winds up from 3 and makes it. The big Aussie fired up. Cuts the deficit to 6. This is the end of the floor that will make the difference, though. Defense as Marinkovic commits the foul, and he can be frustrated because that was average defense at best. And it earns him a seat on the bench. See, there's just absolutely no need in there. That clumsy shove in the back. But the damage had already been done. Landale needs to stop sticking those hands in there. And Jarrod Uthoff. Well, of course, once a shooter warms up, they need to be less open each time. And Uthoff, perfect from the floor. 13 points. 5 from 5 from the field. 9-point lead. Strong drive. Zagorac out the wing. Nikolic misses, but it's a rebound to Zagorac. They go round. Horns. Page drives right-handed. Zagorac high on the backboard, gets the friendly roll. Rade Zagorac. Well, scoring's not that much of a problem for Partizan defenses, though, as Alexei Nikolic steps in and draws the offensive foul on Philip Scrub. That's what they need. Sacrifice your body. Charging foul there. And they're definitely fired up on the floor. And in the stands of the Alexander Nikolic Hall. Partizan 44, St Petersburg 51. Rade Zagorac kicks back. Landale, give me another. Jock Landale from the land the big man shouldn't go. Says, watch my stroke. 2 deep threes for the 2 minutes 11 big man. The fans are up. They're chanting, they're clapping. Their team are within 4. Coach Karasev telling his team, come on, even though they're ahead. This early stage in the season, he's pleading with his team to recognize the value of a road victory. They're still ahead, 47-51 in favor, 51 of St Petersburg. But this Partizan team are hanging around. And in a game where clearly St Petersburg have got the edge, sooner or later you've got to expect Partizan have the ability to make a run. And that's what Coach Karasev is trying to guard against. Yeah, on the road again, round 3. So they really would love to get a road victory, but they've had another turnover. Sy in transition, he's fouled on the way to the basket. So he's going to shoot a pair of free throws, and the tide is just turning in favor of the famous black and white. Sy dances through, and there the hand goes in by Jarrod Uthoff. Just got chewed out by his coach for giving up the last bucket. Now he sends the Frenchman to the line, who begs the first free throw to drop in. No hushed environment in here for the home side. They shoot free throws. He makes a pair in spite of the roar of the crowd. Times now St Petersburg have gone out by as many as 9, and 4 times Partizan have responded, cutting the deficit to 2. Marcus Page there a little over aggressive as he jumped out there, just sticking his hand in. His feet were in the right place, but he dropped the hand down on the ball. He commits the foul, second team foul. Still a 2-point game here. Mikel, oh, and he has it stolen. And it's Zagorac at the rim, and that's going to be unsportsmanlike. Well, is it unsportsmanlike or just a foul? Just saw 2 fingers from the referee. Reynolds hustling back down the court to try and block a surefire dunk. There's the great hands by Zagorac. Watch Reynolds come out of nowhere. It's definitely a foul. Yeah, well, the referee's got that right. He got a lot of ball, and these fans got a lot of bounce. Second foul for Reynolds. The noise in the Alexander Nikolic is phenomenal. Subs by Vasily Karasev, who responds with number 20, Vadim Panin, the veteran. Rade Zagorac, 23 years old forward, 2 meters 4, maybe a centimeter or so less than that. Coolly strokes the first free throw. Zagorac with a chance to tie the scores, but he misses the rebound, free throw rebound. Jarrod Uthoff. But now the noise in here is so much that St Petersburg have to communicate physically as Zagorac, another steal, and this time with the dunk, and the fans go berserk. Rade Zagorac, back-to-back steals. Lazy handoff from Mikel. Voronov didn't step to the ball. Zagorac gets the throwdown. The aggression on the defense. And the second lead of the night for Partizan Belgrade. Timeout by Vasily Karasev, just to calm his troops. There's no need to yell at them anymore. The shirts are off on one side of the stadium. They're on the other as they roar Partizan to each other, singing tunes of joy in respect of their beloved club. Maybe, just maybe, can sniff the upset in the air. And the full court defense is in full effect now. Nikolic against Mikel. Veteran on veteran. Valiev sets the screen, doesn't have anything happening. Uthoff guarded down low. Oh, God, great defense there. Alexander Aranetovic knocks it out of bounds. Less than 5 seconds, 4.7 ticks on the shot clock. Zenit inbounds. Voronov, oh, the crowd quietening. Jump shot. Gets St Petersburg back in front, but only by a point. It's the defense that's got Partizan back in this game. The defense of this man here. Rade Zagorac, oh, what a move. Rade Zagorac just exposing Jarrod Uthoff for having really poor footwork defensively. Look, he's on his toes. He should be flat back on his heels. He's not balanced. Zagorac draws the foul. Uthoff picks up his third. He gets to sit down and received a lecture. Credit the great move by Zagorac there. Had a quiet first half, but he's just grown in stature. And here in the third period, he's really coming up with the goods. 4 steals on the night. And they've been genuine steals as well, not just the ball's fallen to his hands. He's shot the passing lane. And he misses a free throw there, which means the scores are tied, and a soft foul by Zagorac there. So Coach Kanak, you've got to read the body language of your players. He's made a great effort. Maybe give him just a 30-second blow. These guys are young enough that they aren't going to be exhausted, but mentally they just lose focus. And when you lose focus, you make mistakes. And when you make mistakes, you can give up buckets like that. Simonovic probably should have made the 3. He didn't, but the offensive rebound, and then Panin gets the easy layup. Two-point lead. No more for St. Petersburg as the hard hand Zagorac puts them back in front. There's a foul out there, and I think that's an illegal screen on Vanja. Indeed it is. Remember the first one called the first half on Gagic. So the referees remaining consistent, and that's all you can ask them. Oh, great ball movement underneath. This team is rolling. And suddenly, well, I say suddenly, it's a 3-point lead. They've trailed virtually the entire night. Scrub attacks, can't get the ball to go. And momentum now firmly in the way of Partizan. Zagorac, no way. Oh, yes way. Shut up, Henlin. I got another 3. Rade, Zagorac. Back-to-back trifectas. It's a 6-point lead just like that. I mean, toes the line to perfection. And you see the talent, the skill this young man has. The Serbian guard has had a monumental effect on this game here in the 3rd period. 16 points personal, 5 assists, 4 steals. Personal index rating of 23. And from down 9 points, they were down 9 points in this period. They now lead by 6. It's a 15-point swing for the host, Partizan. They trailed 51-42. They're now up 61-55. That's a 19-4 run that they are on. Coach Karasev has used 2 timeouts here in the 3rd period to try to stop the rot. Don't forget he's missing, well, arguably his 2 most important players, but that's no excuse because they look comfortable in the 1st half. Trushkin, that shot was never going in. He shot it and then was looking and looking again to see what it was going to do. And now, well, this didn't seem like this was on the cards in the 1st half, but here we are. Alexander Nikolic attacks, gets the runner to go. Alexa Nikolic in the Nikolic, oh, gives Partizan the 8-point lead. Trushkin wants no part of that shot this time. Dribbles in, skips. Voronov, he tries it. Made his last shot, misses this one. Rebound by Ranitovic, who's had a real impact off the bench. Just hustled his way to scrap and give his team positive effort. No, no, no. Zagorac finally reminds us that he's human as he misses the 3. scrub. Philip Scrub, that is. Fakes the cut. Oh, wow, that's a deep jumper. That's an impressive shot by the number 23. He goes to 11 points, and both teams shooting well here in the third quarter from three-point line. Jock Landale, hands off. Nikolic tries to whip it back to Zagorac, but Philip Scrub, well, you can see they've changed strategy defensively on Zagorac, and they're just not helping off him, denying him all over the floor as Jock Landale takes a seat. Landale now has got 16 points along with 4 boards, replaced by Djordje Gagic. As Alexei Nikolic sits down, and the fans, well, they cheer a wet paper bag at the moment. Their team are playing so well. Page, can he keep the momentum going? No, he can't. Off-balance jump shot. Coming up on 2 minutes left in the third quarter. It's a 5-point lead now. Mikel, double team, gets his way around Gagic, and he's fouled on the way to the basket. Makes the layup. Djordje Gagic. Well, the big man's going to step out. It's a coaching moment opportunity here. If you're going to jump out, you cannot let the guard have the angle to turn the corner, because not only does he beat you, but you, with your big self, set a screen on your entire help defense. Mikel misses the three-point opportunity. Let's get into that stage of the game where missed free throws creep in. Fatigue, mental fatigue as much as physical, starts to kick in. Vanja Marinkovic, he attacks, tries to get the score, but he has his shot blocked by Jarrod Uthoff. So it remains Partizan possession. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Baseline out of bounds. Marinkovic, oh, tries to get Page. Got to get it in quick. 5-second count. Well, he missed the open Marcus Page, but credit the defense there of St Petersburg, stepping up big. Put pressure on the hosts. Now the defense starts to have the opportunity. Uthoff attacks the rim. He's fouled on the way to the basket. A hard foul by the Frenchman, the number 5, Banja Sy, of Partizan. We've got a timeout. It's called by Nene Kangak of Partizan. They lead by 3, 63-60 in favor of Belgrade. Statistics coming up. Field goal percentage overall pretty similar for both sides, but it's a close game. You'd expect the numbers to be close. One thing you need to be impressed with by Partizan is that they've held their own on the backboards tonight. Scrub may have got away with a little travel there, but excellent deep three-point shot by the Canadian. St Petersburg had 11 offensive rebounds in round 1. They've only got 6 so far tonight. They still lead the battle of the backboards. And the other key stat that's working out in the favor of Partizan is turnovers. They had 18 turnovers in the round 1 loss against Trento. Just 7 so far tonight. Jarrod Uthoff. Adds to his points tally. He's moved to 14. Make that 15. Almost automatic at the free throw line. A man who shoots that well in terms of jump shots, you know he's going to be a good free throw shooter. So it's back to a 1-point game. But the 1-point lead is for Partizan. Marcus Page now, guarded by Mikel, tries to go quick, goes to his weaker right hand, fades away, gets back to his left, rims out Uthoff. With the rebound, Jarrod Uthoff. 7 boards now to go along with his 15 points. He's getting into the running for consideration of MVP. Early days yet, but still, you keep an eye on the stats as Mikel spins baseline, has it rejected by Page, who says, "Get that out of there, little man." I say little figuratively because Marcus Page is all of 1 centimeter taller than Gal Mikel. Great defense, though. Both teams in the bonus should any fouls be committed. Marinkovic quiet here in the 3rd quarter. Marinkovic had it slashed by the hard defending scrub. Marinkovic, oh, rims out. Gagic runs down the rebound. And the bigs of Partizan have really put in some hard work tonight. Jock Landale has got the bigger stats, but Djordje Gagic has really thrown himself about. Not a huge stat line, but he's really made a big effort. He's another big load himself, 2 meters 10 they list him at, but he might be 2 meters 8 across the shoulders as well. 6 points, 2 rebounds. I think that's 7 points. And in a game as big as this, the headlines will get grabbed by that 3rd quarter performance of Zagorac. Jock Landale with the threes, but the little hustle plays, like you've just seen there from Gagic, that's what makes a difference. That's what gets teams over the hump. Second difference between shot clock and game clock. Scrub. We know he's got the range. Is he looking to pass? He's reading. He's going to go now. Marinkovic falls over. Scrub is fouled. With 2.6 on the shot clock, 4.3 on the quarter clock. So Philip Scrub will go and shoot 2 free throws. Gagic not pleased himself for giving that foul up. That give his team, well, at least 1 possession you would expect. Have to qualify that, of course. Scrub, first of all, needs to make the free throws. He's 2 of 2 so far tonight. If he doesn't make the second, Partizan has to get the rebound. That's a fine-looking stroke. No commentator's curse there on Philip Scrub. He makes the free throw. He moves on to 12. Make that 12 with Gagic run. He misses the rebound and he commits another foul. Now Jarrod Uthoff will not believe his Christmas came early there. Well, I sing the praises of Djordje Gagic at one end, and then at the other, the missed free throw, just what I said you had to guard against. He fumbles it, ends up in the hands of Uthoff, and well, he may be a bit unfortunate there to have a foul call. And not only did it give Uthoff an almost guaranteed 2 points, now he got 2 seconds to get the shot down the other end. Zagorac rather. Hard to say he rimmed out from half court, but that's what he did. So after 30 minutes, 3 quarters of action in the book, games all tied, 65 apiece. Huge quarter there for the hosts. They won it 26 points scoring, only giving up 19. Percentages, well, the stats they've got to be pretty even. The only noticeable difference is at the three-point line, where St Petersburg significantly better. 5 of 17 for Partizan, 7 of 14 for St Petersburg, but Partizan have made the shots, the big shots when it mattered. They've got a big lead at the free throw line as well, making 16 of 20 compared to 8 of 14 for St Petersburg. The catalyst was this man here, Rade Zagorac. Serbian forward really has had an impact. But St Petersburg, well, they're not one of the pre-season favourites for no reason, and they've just scrapped their way back. But this is not going to be the easy walk in the park that it looked like it may have been. St Petersburg have had 4 leads of as many of 9 points, 8, 9, and 9. Before Partizan have led by as many as 8 themselves. They led 63-55, but here we are. It's all tied up. Fourth quarter action, 65 apiece. Partizan Belgrade with the basketball in the hands of Zagorac. Marinkovic looking to post up Jock Landale. Scrub works around him. He tries to bounce pass to the slashing Frenchman Banja Sy. Ball comes off the leg. Djordje will come off the foot of a St Petersburg player. So we have a reset of the shot clock, 14 on the clock. Marcus Page out of bounds, lobs into Landale. Goes back to the point guard, Page. They post up, now Landale goes to work down low. Working around Mikel, and he's fouled by the number 18, Evgeny Voronov. Trying to help his point guard out. Say 2 other games underway tonight. Asvel leading at home by 12 at halftime. 37-25 against Dolomiti and here Trento. Still in the first half in Spain, where Unicaja Malaga lead Freyport Skyliners Frankfurt by 14. 43-29, so comfortable leads for the hosts in the other 2 games, but nothing to separate these 2 teams. Page turns, fades, gets the jump shot to rim up. Rebound by his opposite number. Gal Mikel, the other point guard, walks it down the court. Game was free-flowing in the first half. Now it's tight as a snare drum. And any mistake is punished as Jarrod Uthoff gets himself open. And as he's done on 6 occasions tonight, shot a jump shot and made a jump shot. Oh, beautiful pass, Landale. See the dunk. Zenit by a point. Mikel at the top. Voronov in the corner. Back to the point guard. Mikel guarded by Banja Sy. They look down low. Voronov step back jumper. Rims out long. Rebound. Rade Zagorac. It's Marcus Page. Kicks it. Marinkovic attacks the backboard and gets the lay-in. Such composure, Vanja Marinkovic. Don't forget, this kid's 21 years old. Started playing for Partizan seniors at the age of 16. Oh, beautiful crossover by Voronov. Responds almost immediately, puts the visitors back up by a point. These 2 teams going toe-to-toe here. Marinkovic, Page for 3. Give me that! Marcus Page. Only his 2nd bucket of the night. It's a huge one, though. As Partizan get back in front, 72-70. We eat into the fourth quarter clock, 7.5 minutes left. These two teams, you can see the energy, the effort that both have put in tonight. St Petersburg undermanned, then there's an offensive foul. Great defense by Sy. Jalen Reynolds, I make that his first touch on offense in the second half, which may not be saying much, except in the first half he had 13 points. So the whole attitude offensively of St Petersburg has switched here in the second half. Reynolds was key to pick and roll with Mikhail. Now it's this man, Jarrod Uthoff, they've been trying to get to. And this guy here, Yevgeny Voronov, comes up short, rebound. Well, Page picks it up, but as he falls out of bounds, tries to hit it off Philip Scrub. Good hustle both sides. St Petersburg ball to reset, full reset of the shot clock, because possession does change. 24 seconds for St Petersburg. Scrub. High screen from Reynolds, who dives now. Uthoff wide open, give me three. Jarrod Uthoff, 7 of 7 from the field, 20 points, and the crowd just don't know what to do. He's 5 of 5 from three-point line. You cannot leave him open. And Sy at the other end somehow gets 3 free throws. A smirk on his face as Gal McCall knows that was not the smartest defensive play he's ever made. Fouls a three-point shooter who's doing a step back between his legs. Move made famous by one Luka Doncic in the colors of Real Madrid. Didn't look as pretty by Sy. Foul looks good to his coach as he goes to free throw line, makes the first. He's got 2 to come. Banja Sy, French power forward, 2'4", 7 points, 2 boards. A lot of hustle on the floor tonight. Make that 3 of 3, 7 of 7 from the free throw line. His team back in front by a deuce. We're getting to crunch time here in Belgrade. Uthoff finally missed the shot, and Jarrod Reynolds there with the rebound. Oh, beautiful pass. Jarrod Uthoff says, I can jump too. Well, Jalen Reynolds has just shown his composure, hasn't touched the ball throughout the second half. Defensive breakdown by Partizan. We're all tied. 75 apiece. Page. Landale back to the point guard. Dances, dances. Guarded, has to sling it up. Doesn't touch the rim. Solid defensive set there by the visitors. Poor offensive execution by Partizan. Results in a turnover. Page takes a seat. Nikolic back in the game. And he's guarding the ball handler, this time Philip Scrub. Steps back. Misses the 3, rebound Landale. Well, we're no close to knowing who's going to win this game. 35 minutes in. Zagorac. One-on-one, pulls up, misses the 3. Landale gets the rebound, has it stripped away by Scrub. Panine swings it, they're down to Reynolds. Back to the baseline, Voronov attacks. Reynolds now, he goes into the paint. Fade away, and one! Jalen Reynolds, what a performance! Dominant in the first half. Almost didn't touch the ball for all of the second half, and suddenly he's in the heat of the action. As he's fouled in the act of shooting, and it's Vanja Marinkovic goes out of the game. I hope the frustrations in his performance, not the call. It was definitely a foul. The three-point play is completed. And Zenit, they go back in front. Partizan 75, St Petersburg 78. 5 minutes to go in the fourth period. Landale. Alexei Nikolic. Sy swings it to the guard. And Nikolic gives me 3. Alexei Nikolic gets it all square at 78. And the turnover. And it was an unenforced error. Ball just slipping through the fingers of Gal Macau. The fans almost can't believe this. Team have looked down and out 3-4 times now, yet here they are with 4 minutes left. They're all square at 78. Marcus Page, guarded by Macau, screen from Landale. Can't get in the lane. Again, this is what happened. We did a shot clock violation last time. And Page, poor decision-making, back-to-back offensive series. He's got the ball handling skills, he's got the moves, but he's not fooling anybody because the defense is just too well disciplined. They stay on their feet, they keep in front of them. You've got to let the offense work for you. At this level, this is the second biggest competition in all of Europe. Good skip pass. Uthoff kicks the corner, and there's a whistle on the play, and I think it's either 3 seconds or a travel. Panine drove the lane. I don't think he stepped out. I think they got a travel there on scrub or Uthoff. Take your pick. Zagorac, got it by Panine. Dances, skips the corner. Sy for 3. Oh my word! Every player is stepping up big. Now it's Banja Sy. And the crowd are cheering. They made even louder in here. 81-78. Macau tries to answer. They look for Uthoff. They get scrubbed. He misses the 3. Rebound. Gagic. Sy in transition. No foul. Missed the layup. When he tripped over scrub, there wasn't a foul on the play. Extra pass. Macau for 3. Misses. Rebound. The smallest man on the floor, Marcus Page. What a game we've had tonight. 81-78. 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Rade Zagorac. Banja Sy lobs it to Gagic, and he's fouled underneath. Panine holding on to his shorts. Watch underneath, there's the foul. That arm wrapped around his waist. Panine comes up innocent, but the referee's got it. 3 team fouls. Team fouls almost irrelevant. Neither team's in the bonus right now. That'll be important in a minute or so, but right at this point in time, St Petersburg, they've got to play D. Partizan need to execute. Page to Sy, down low Gagic. Back, the jump hook. Oh, Djordje, Gagic, give me that! has responded for Partizan, and they lead by 5. Mikel skips down low. There's a whistle underneath, and what's the whistle? It looks like it's a foul on Rade Zagorac. Trying to help his teammate Alexei Nikolic out after he falls over. Out of bounds to St Petersburg. They won't leave Jarrod Uthoff open this time. Reynolds works through, another turnover. And the steal, this time by Marinkovic. And surely Partizan are about to get a famous victory. St Petersburg, the hot tip to top this group. And Partizan have just grown in confidence as the game has gone on. Coach Karasev, hugely frustrated. He's got 2 of his star players out, but that's no excuse. It's Partizan against St Petersburg. And right now, Partizan lead by 5. Almost a steal by Yevgeny Voronov. But it goes out of bounds, remains a Partizan possession. Marcus Page dribbles around the corner, gets Gagic again, he lobs it up, Djordje Gagic! Flexes his big right bicep as he gives his team their biggest lead of the 4th quarter, then commits his 5th foul. Maybe a little bit overexcited, but what a performance by the big man. 12 points, 3 boards. 2 huge buckets down the stretch. The jump hook was the big one to me, but that last finish was top draw. Now he's fouled out. He's sent Gal Mikel to the free throw line, where his team were 9 of 15. He makes that one. That makes them 10 of 16. You've got to expect that St Petersburg won't miss another free throw. They're a 75% plus shooting free throw team. They were 50% at halftime. They're still not back at that level. They were 13 of 19 in round 1. Now 11 of 17, so they're on pace to match that. But it's Partizan by 5 as we approach the final minute of the 4th quarter. Can they hold their nerve? Can they get another score? Put this game to bed. Page, reverse layup, great block, Jarrod Uthoff. And Uthoff, can he shoot off the dribble? Doesn't need to, because Valiev gets Voronov, who misses the 3, rebound, and it's Zagorac. And could that be the stop that makes the difference? Nikolic checks the score, checks the time. He's in no rush. And he's fouled, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Yevgeny Voronov, the number 18 of Zenit St Petersburg, commits the foul. And then Kanak, still straight-faced as he was before the game, said his team didn't have much chance, but they do the best they could. Well, the best they could is more than good enough. Alexei Nikolic makes the first free throw. It's a 6-point game. Still 2 scores, but if he makes this one, surely there's no way back for St Petersburg. Of course he makes it. Nikolic, another hero. He's in double-figure scoring. The lead is 7. Oh, Philip Scrub sells the foul. And Rade
Unfortunately, Zagorac knows he got tricked. Scrub, who's got that slingshot style jumper, comes off the screen, walks off, waits for the defender to challenge, and yeah, he's fouled him. He did sell it though, he went down, but he definitely got a fingertip on the hand. Zagorac knew, didn't need the challenge. You're up by 7 with the clock running. Even if he makes it, you're still in good nick. But instead you send him to the free throw line. It quiets the crowd. It calms the atmosphere. And gives the excellent free throw shooting Philip Scrub a chance to get this team back into this. He misses the third. And they're going to have to foul quick, and they don't. They get out of the trap. And they're going to just wind this one out, folks. The defense is going to have to call it a day. And St Petersburg go down. Partizan Belgrade with the victory, the bucket, and the buzzer. That shot doesn't mean anything. It's a brick anyway. And Partizan Belgrade, Coach Nenad Kanak with a phenomenal victory. Zenit St Petersburg were in control. But when the third quarter came, the momentum swung the favor of the hosts. And boy, did they see it out to the close. And what a rapturous applause they will receive from the home fans. There will be no easy victories here in the Alexander Nikolic for the visitors of Partizan Belgrade this season. They are not the walkover they were last season. They get the win. It's a huge one. So with all said and done, the game is in the books. Partizan are the victors. The fans celebrate, the players celebrate.
Coach Janak, congratulations. Important game, important victory.
For sure, very important game. We didn't start well in EuroCup. We didn't start playing this game. First half was so soft. Second half we play more aggressive. We controlled their offensive rebound, their transition game. We made some really tough shots, and I think we deserve this win.
Like you said, it was very difficult, but you managed to win against them.
Yeah, I said very, very important win. Players, they gave everything from you. Tomorrow is day off, and we will see.
Thank you, Joy.
Well, Coach Kanak said tomorrow's day off. He probably doesn't say that very often, but his team truly battled in that second half. They gave up 46 points in the first half, 36 in the second. The defense was the key. Only 17 points, the lowest scoring output of either team throughout the match in the fourth quarter by St Petersburg. Credit the defense of Partizan. They get the victory and the day off to boot. Well, the celebrations go on. There's the key stats. Final score 89-82 in favor of Partizan. Fantastic team performance. You almost just disregard the stats and just go after the final score.
Rade, congratulations. You practically explode in third quarter.
That was a great game for us. We played a little slowly in the first half, but after that, we just continued playing defense, playing the transitioning offense. We came back to the game, and after that, we just played a good game, and we won, luckily.
What decided this game? It was very difficult.
Just the defense. We received 46 points in the first half, and then we responded with 16 points in the third quarter. So that's pretty simple answer.
How do you feel? You lost your voice.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I gotta go there.
Thank you, Jock.
Well, the celebrations will go long into the night. You see the key scoring, but that's only half the story. As Zagorac just said, defense was the key there, but he, along with Jock, Landale, led scoring for St Petersburg, for Partizan rather, 16 points apiece, 25 for Jarrod Uthoff. Final score, Partizan 89, Zenit St Petersburg 82. Well, what a game we have had, and well, the highlights won't even tell half the story, the drama that has unfolded in this game. St Petersburg, they're down their two main scorers, but they came out blistering hot in the first half, and then the fans stayed with this Partizan team throughout the game, and they grew in confidence against all the odds. Jalen Reynolds was really having his way in the paint on his own. Then Jarrod Uthoff got hot for St Petersburg, and if anything, kind of hurt the balance of the team because they went away from what was working in the first half. Reynolds' interior scoring has really put the pressure on the defense of Partizan and making them more tired. Then they went to Uthoff, and he responded. He made the shots, but then third period, out came firing Partizan. And this man here, Rade, Zagorac, 4 steals is a big number for me to get the score, and the 16 points. He got hard, he made a couple of threes, but that defense was the killer. And then everybody stepped up. First with Banja Sy, 3-point shot. Marcus Page with the final score. So there it is, once again, a quick look at the stats. 3-point shooting cools off for St Petersburg in the second half. Free throw shooting continues to be a problem for them. You can get all the action of the Game Center on the EuroCup website. Of course, follow the Facebook page at EuroCup on Twitter and at EuroCup on Instagram. The final score here in Belgrade, Partizan 89, St Petersburg 82.